Hey there, are you house hunting in Johnson County? Well, I have the market update for the last 90 days, and I'll be presenting the most popular zip codes and areas that my buyers are currently exploring. So come along. With this update, it's all going to be about numbers, but what do they all mean? You're going to see the absorption rate, which is the number of months required to sell the houses that are on the market. We're going to talk about the average days on market, so from list date unto sale date. We're going to talk about the discount sales percentage, and all that means is are houses going for less or for more than their list price? Last is an annual pricing trend. We'll have to take this with a tiny bit of salt as these numbers are projected over a 12-month period if they continue growing at the same rate. So they are a tiny bit exaggerated. So we're going to start in Shawnee. Shawnee 66218 currently has 6 active listings with only 16 closing last quarter, the last 90 days. The average sale price so far this quarter has been 473,195, with the average list price being 463 and some change. Based off of those sales, our absorption rate is a little over a month with 34 days on market. With this zip code, people are typically paying about 2.7% more than the list price to purchase their home. And if it continues on, the prices will continue to grow over the year. If we stay in Shawnee and go to a slightly different zip code, 66226, we have 33 active listings, but 48 closed last quarter. The average sale price is just a skosh lower in the 450s, with the average list price being 449, right about that midpoint. With the actives that we have currently versus what's sold in the last quarter, we're at about a 2-month absorption rate. I want you guys to keep in mind that anything less than a 6-month absorption rate is going to be a seller's market. The average days on market in this case are about 62 days from list to sold, and they're being sold very close to that list price, but we are currently trending to list a little bit lower over the year. If we get out of Shawnee and go a little south, we end up in Lenexa. There are currently 3 active listings, only 3. That's insane. 13 closed last quarter. When we're talking about last quarter, I want you to remember that this is actually over the winter. So we typically have slower sales during those months. In Lenexa, the price does increase. The average sale price is 534, which is over the average list price of about a 519, 520. That only gives us about 2, maybe 3 weeks of homes on the market, and they are selling in about 21 days. There is no discount in this zip code. Homes are selling almost 3% over list price, and we can see that these home prices will continue to rise. Still in Lenexa 66215, we also have 3 listings. A little popular though, they sold 66 listings last quarter, but that's probably because the prices are a little bit lower. This zip code averages about 318 to 320, and the list price is around 315 to 317. Absorption rate 0.14. We do not have the inventory to keep up with the demand, and they are going super fast, an average 4 days on market. Not much of a discount, but we are projecting a small price decrease. That's also based off of an unstable market, so it could grow. We will check back in about 30 days. If we move into Overland Park, we have 2 zip codes, 66223, 66213. We have roughly 6 active listings in both zip codes, just about 50 or so closed last quarter. The differences here, their absorption rate is roughly the same, 2.5 to 3 weeks. Days on market, pretty much the same. But the sales price in 66213 and the list price are both going to be about 50 grand lower than 66223. And the price differences are basically negligible. They're going for about list price, about about what the asking price is. If we transition a little further east, we end up in Prairie Village, 66208. This market is a little more active with 40 listings currently and 69 closed last quarter. The average sales price is a little higher here. 589,963 is the sale price, and that's extremely close to the list price, which is 589,215. Absorption rate almost 2 months, so it would take us 2 months to go through all of our active listings. It's still not very long, and they're about 52 days on market. This area code is going to be a little skewed as there were a few properties that sold over the 1 million mark, and not very many below the 400. So they are skewed very, very slightly. That price trend, not realistic, but if we're going incrementally over the year, that's where that comes from. We move into Mission, 66205, 14 active listings versus 50 closed last quarter. Very, very slight difference here in the average sale price. This does come beneath the national average. National average is about 447, and we are currently 405 for sales price, 408 list price. So one of the few times that people are getting a slight discount here on the home versus the list price. Keep in mind that doesn't mean you're going to win the offer that way. This could be negotiated past that initial offer for things like inspections, appraisals, and whatnot. The absorption rate, less than a month, going like hotcakes. Average days on market, 25, going like hotcakes. Negligible discount percent here, and a slight decrease in list price versus list price in the last. Now, these last two are actually going to be versus school districts, extremely popular here. We have Blue Valley High School. In this entire school district, there are 84 active listings with 88 closed last quarter. The average sale price in Blue Valley is going to be higher. It's an extremely desirable area, just under $700,000 in the average sales price. But keep in mind, this is also skewed a little higher because there are extremely high listings in this area that kind of offset that. Up to 3.2 million was a very, very, very large sale, where most happen between 450 and 550. We still get an average sales price of 698 versus the 688 of the average list price. We have about just under 3 months here in the absorption rate. We're pretty much balancing out here, as close to balance as balance gets. Discount, they're going over list price by about 2%, but pricing is kind of slowing down. Again, that's skewed off of those prior quarters with some higher sales prices. Last one is going to be Shawnee Mission East High School, 58 active listings, but 126 sold last quarter. That's preparing for spring semester of school here. Slightly lower with the average sales price, but this is actually probably closer to true numbers. There weren't quite as many astronomical price tags here. Average sales price being 627, average list price 628. Keep in mind, this is also post negotiations after inspections and what have you. Absorption rate, roughly month and a half, and negligible discount rate here, negligible discount pricing trend. So here's the thing. Did I miss something? Did I not mention an area that you're looking, or are you selling and I didn't talk about your market? That's okay. If you need to know how your home sits today in value, I do a free service for anybody that's curious, a 50-point CMA similar to that of an appraisal, but I'm not going to charge you to do it. Appraisals can run anywhere from $600 to $900. That's much, much more expensive than me doing that. Just go ahead and click on the links in the comments to get started. Shoot me an email or a text message, or you can visit me on my website, www.kcmetrorealty.com, and I will be out in touch with you shortly. Keep an eye out. I will do this again every 30 days, and if I need to adjust locations, you let me know what you're looking for. Thank you so much. This has been Josh Tarwater with Remax Premier Realty, both selling and buying agent, member of Casey Homegirls and Associates, and brokered by Remax Premier Realty in Prairie Village. Have a good one. Best of luck on your sales and buys.